insurance company is asking me to go ahead and get 3 different estimates. You guys are the first roofing company. I have 2 more coming out today.
Okay.
I'd like to hear what you guys have to offer, but like I said, my insurance company does want me to get 3 different estimates from 3 different roofing companies.
Okay. Bruce, I can appreciate that. And I'm assuming you want to get 3 estimates because I'm assuming, you tell me if I'm right or wrong, what you're concerned about is how much money it's going to cost when it's all said and done.
Correct.
Is that correct? Okay. A couple things to make sure that you're clear, and I'm sure you know this, don't want to insult your intelligence. Let's just say that the insurance company, Liberty Mutual in this case, deems that your roof is $8,500. Okay? I have a question for you. Let's say you get 3 bids, one's at $8,500, paying what the insurance company's paying, one's at $7,000, one's at $6,000. In your mind, which one would you use?
Well, obviously, maybe the not the 6,000. I'd want to get a good roof, but
okay.
Is it gonna save money, or am I gonna have to pay extra money if I use the 6,000?
Okay. Well, here's the deal. Okay, and I always tell a homeowner, obviously, if it's too good to be true, it is.
Okay.
Bottom line, between reputable roofing company, and really, it's not Interstate, it's not the other 2 guys that are going to come out that is going to be the ones to determine how much your roof is going to be. The insurance company is going to pay what they pay. So if you're the homeowner and you don't get to keep the difference in money, you need to really come up and make a decision on utilizing what the insurance company is going to pay. What kind of quality roof am I going to get? If you go with a $6,000 or a $7,000 and there's a $1,500 spread, and you have to question, where does that money go? Is it going to be in labor? Is it going to be in warranty? Is it going to be in the credibility of the company? So once again, real important, and maybe I went too fast for you. Again, we're going to do the work for what the insurance company pays. So by using our company, you're getting a 17-year-old company. You're getting a manufacturer in Owens Corning that is downtown. And unless you're just lonely and need to visit with roofing companies, if I'm you, the homeowner, I'm only concerned about getting a top quality roof with a great warranty with a company that's been around, that's highly reputable. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree. Okay.
So what I'm going to do is, again, I need the spelling of your last name.
Spears, S-P-E-A-R-S.
Okay, and that's the way I handle it. Okay. Again, real important that you mirror what his objection. I want to find out why. Don't just go, well, you stupid shit. You really need three estimates. Anybody that's worked with me in my 4 years, you know how many estimates I've given out? None. You know how many business cards I've given to a homeowner to go back? None. You know how many people I've ever called back to see if they made up their mind? None. Okay, I don't do that. The bottom line with this game, when you go to the car, you ain't got the sale, you're DOEN done. Now, I know what you're going to say. Well, Mrs. Jones called me one time, maybe 1 out of 100, but I don't drive all over town. When I started this gig, no different what you guys are doing. I went out with a crew. I didn't have any clue anything about a roof. I came out of the mortgage business, about 20 years as a manager. I hooked up with a company, you probably heard them, called CSI. They're the company that ripped off every goddamn homeowner in Denver, Colorado. Big court case all over the news. Luckily for me, I quit them 3 months before the shit hit the fan. I knew nothing about selling a roof. Within a month, and I literally came up with my own pitch, because there was no training program. It was like, well, this is what we're thinking we're doing. It was a brand. Actually, the idea of doing this insurance deal was sort of started by them. So I just kind of came up with my own deal. You don't need to be a roofing expert in this game. You really don't. But I'm telling you, if you get into the be-back, I can't tell you how many salesmen, how'd you do this week? Oh, I got 15 people to call back. Okay, you got nothing. When you go to your car, you have nothing. That's the bottom line. Ain't nobody going to call you. Because again, realize in Old Hale, I promise you, you are not the first guy to knock on these people's door and talk to them about this. They've already been there and done that. The difference is somebody hasn't been able to take them and get the deal.
The only one that I haven't been able to sign is the lady that is adamantly would not sign anything without sleeping on it.
Okay. All right.
I couldn't get her off that.
Okay, then let's deal. Bruce, let's come back. Let's deal with that objection. Okay, that's another objection. Okay, let's deal with the old guy my age or the woman that the arms go up and she goes, well, I'm sorry, but I'm old school and goddamn it, I gotta sleep on it. Okay? All right, so let's go. Tell me when you're ready.
Hi. Yeah, I like what you have to offer, but I think I'd really like to take a day and discuss it. I mean, if you have a card, I'd like to take your card and really sleep on it for the night and ponder what you have to offer.
Okay. So make sure I'm clear. What you're telling me is it sounds good to you, but you're kind of like me. You're an old school guy. let me sleep on it, I'll wake up in the morning and make my decision?
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this. At this point, do we have any kind of a trust level? I know you just met me, but I'm guessing you want to check us out real thoroughly and make sure this makes sense for you?
Yeah, I'd like to do some research on the company and
Okay.
make sure that you guys are saying what you are.
Okay, but at this point, unless I'm a liar, there is some trust you feel?
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you if we can do this. I know I'm in Lakewood. Unfortunately, tomorrow, they're sending me to Castle Rock. I'm going to be on a 2-month project. I won't have the opportunity to come back. So tell you what, let's do this. Let me, with your permission, let me go ahead and get your paperwork, get everything started for you. And you know what, if you wake up in the morning and you grab your chest and you go, oh my God, I don't want to do this, just call me up. I will rip up your paperwork. And I know what you're thinking now. You're thinking, well, hey Steve, how do I know I don't want to be signing something and I'm obligated and I get screwed out of it? That's probably what you're thinking, right?
Yeah.
Okay, once again, I will point out real quick, we haven't been around 17 years with an A+ BBB report. Excuse my French if we go around town screwing people. So I'll make you this deal. I'll go ahead and get your paperwork done because I can't come back. Sometime tomorrow, I want you to go up on the internet, make sure I didn't, paste and make our own BBB. I'll make you can make sure I didn't come up with my own BBB report, print a Tom Martino report and type in Interstate Roofing. And if we don't check out, you call me up. Tomorrow I'll rip up your paperwork. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Okay. That's how I would close that. Yeah.
I just need your last
And I use that close. In fact, don't go anywhere. Let's come right back. Because you're going to ask about the one-legger. Okay? I use that same thing on a one-legger. Okay? So this time,
I got
who?
3 counselors calling already today.
Good. All right. Now we're going to play the one-legger. You can be the husband, and your wife's going to castrate you if you do anything. Okay? Tell me when you're ready.
I like what you have to offer, but here's the thing. If I make any decisions, I know I'm supposedly the pants wearer, but if I do, my wife is going to castrate me. She just doesn't like me making any decisions without confronting her and talking to her first.
Okay? So let me ask you real quick, and just be totally blunt between you and me. And I'm not trying to negate your wife. I know exactly what you're. In other words, what you're telling me is you'd like to go ahead, but you're married, and out of respect, for your wife, she needs to be involved. Correct? Okay.
Correct.
Let me ask you a basic question. At this point, do you have a trust level for me at all? How do you feel?
Oh, I have a trust for you. I think what you're saying is fair, and I think what the company looks good. I'd like to sit with her and go over what we have
Sure.
and show her what kind of company you guys are and make the decision together.
Okay. Let me ask a favor out of you. I know I'm in Lakewood today. Unfortunately, I can't come back. I'm going to be in Castle Rock on a 60-day project. Let's do this. With your permission, let's go ahead and get everything filed, claimed, and I tell you what, when your wife comes home, you explain the program. If she objects to you guys getting an $8,000 roof, and unless she hit the jackpot, was it the casino wasn't working? My guess is you're going to be just as broke when she gets home as you are now, correct?
Correct.
I tell you what you do. You pick up the phone, you call me, I'll rip up your paperwork. And once again, I know you're sitting there going, well, how do I know this guy isn't trying to schnook me? Okay, again, we are A+ with a BBB and have been for 17 years. We don't go around town screwing people, okay? How do you spell your last name? Okay, and so I close that the same way. I'm going to do everything in my power to get that deal. And I will tell anybody in here, come up with the most weirdest, wildest objection you got. There is none that I won't overcome with confidence, because I am full of myself at the door.
I was with a salesman. He did kind of what you did, and then he couldn't quite get it closed. So what he did is he added like a sentence in the contract or something that kind of proved that, like it's you have a 24-hour cancellation finish. I forgot
Okay.
what he wrote in there.
Yeah, and you know what? And if you need to do that, I mean, I've never had to do that. I usually am powerful enough not to, but if you need to, yeah, put right in there. 24-hour needs wife's permission. And then again, we are a reputable company, so I close a lot of one-leggers, and I'm not going to lie to you. Out of 10 one-leggers, I'll get 1 or 2, especially if it's a woman. She'll go, my husband threw a fucking fit when he came home. I am an honorable man. I'll take their contract right there, rip it up in shreds, throw it in the wastebasket. I never call them, I move on. But the thing of it is, I'm a firm believer, I love the one I'm with. If I'm in front of that person, I'm getting the claim done. I am not going back. And again, you can't do that. If you're out in the field, if you're going in Lakewood and you're starting work at 3 o'clock, are you going to take time out of your Saturday or Sunday to drive 30 miles on your gas to go write somebody up you could have written up on the spot? The other thing I'll use as a close is if somebody goes, I really need to think about it, I will say, well, you know what? I'm starting a new project in Castle Rock. I can't come back. And the honest truth is that, you know, tomorrow, the only difference will be, we'll have been in business 17 years in one day. We're still A+ with the BBB. We're still Tom Martino preferred contractor. It's still only going to cost you $750.
The Tom Martino thing, is we're still on there?
Yeah, we got that all fixed. That was a repair problem. It's all handled.
Actually, I did pull something up. There was a comment or a favorable review. It was very old.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people don't.
What did exactly happen? I heard something about what happened.
What happened with Tom Martino's, we had a customer that we repaired their roof, and something about he ended up going out and hiring somebody to do part of the repair, us part of the repair. The guy got pissed.
Is this Dustin?
Yeah, he put Tom Martino on the phone with the homeowner, and I guess the homeowner pretty much bellied up and said, well, yeah. So that's all taken care of.
Next objection is like $1,000 deductible. I've heard people say, well, the roofing company said I don't have to worry about it.
Sure. Yeah.
What's the best objection?
Okay, when I get somebody, well, he's going to pay my $1,000, I go, you know what, Mr. Jones? I've been honest with you up to this point, and I'm going to continue to be honest. Those companies that walk around and all they do is go, oh yeah, I'll pay your $1,000 deductible. You know, it's like if you're going to go buy a new Dodge Durango tomorrow with the same equipment, you go to 4 dealers. The reality is, and it's no different in the roofing game, there's not $1,000 of real money difference there. Okay, so what they're going to do, they're going to promise you $1,000. They're going to get you through all the paperwork, and then they're going to come up with some outlandish reason at the very end. Oh, well, all we can really do is pay $250. That's all we can really do. Okay, and most likely, and I would look at the credibility of the company. If I'm a betting man, I bet they're not A+ BBB. I bet they're not Tom Martino preferred. I bet they haven't been around for 17 years. And there's a reason. You know, at the old school, you pay for what you get. Okay? We might be an extra $300, $400 more expensive when it's all said and done. However, you're dealing with a real roofing company with credibility that will repair your roof. We use Owens Corning. Everything we do is local. Okay? And maybe that costs you an extra $300. So let me ask you, do you want to save that $300 or $400 and take your chances with an unproven roofing company?